Japan's political landscape has been shaken. Prime Minister Shigeru Ishiba's ruling coalition suffering a stinging defeat, losing its long-held majority in the House of Representatives, the powerful lower house of parliament, after an election driven by scandal and voter dissatisfaction. Well, now the Liberal Democratic Party faces a tough road ahead as it looks for partners to ensure that it can run a functioning government. Now, the LDP, which previously held 256 seats, finds itself with just 191. Even with Komeito's 24 seats, the coalition's combined 215 leave them 18 short of the 233 needed for a majority. The Constitutional Democratic Party of Japan, the main opposition, made some pretty significant gains. You can see there, increasing its seats to 148 from 98. Voter turnout standing at 53.8%. That was a slight decline from the previous election. We also saw that the number of female lawmakers reached a record high, 73. Well, following the election results, both Ishiba and CDPJ leader Yoshihiko Noda addressed their supporters and the nation.
我が自由民主党は国民の皆様方から極めて厳しいご審判を頂戴をいたしました。これを真摯に厳粛に受け止め、我が自由民主党は心底から反省をし、生まれ変わっていかなければなりません。
ここで終わりじゃなくて、これから始まりだと。すぐ政権交代できればこれに越したことはない。でも少なくとも政権交代前夜という言葉は間違いなくリアリティが出てきたと思います。これからだと思います。
Well, we also asked Tokyo residents how they felt about the election results.
裏金問題あったんで当然の結果だと思います。自民党が一強だとあまりいいことはないと思います。
そのものかなと思ってます。国民の判断が出ただけ。ただ立憲民主党もだいぶ票は取りましたけど、具体的な政策が出ていないから、ちょっとそれはそれで心配だと思うのと。
これから何か世の中がどう変わっていくのかちょっと心配でもあり、いい方向に変わってくれればいいなと思っております。
Well, the snap election followed Ishiba's victory in the Liberal Democratic Party's presidential race after a crowded field of contenders. Now, Ishiba's decision to call an election faster than any new post-war prime minister, while not fully addressing an intra-party slush fund scandal, was seen as a pretty risky move that ultimately backfired. Well, we have seen that these unexpectedly large losses for Ishiba's LDP and Komeito have left it with an uncertain future as they weigh whether to team up with other opposition forces to pull together a majority in the House of Representatives or go it alone as a minority government. For more on what the outcome means for Japanese politics, we go live now to Peter Masheter in Tokyo. So Peter, how is the LDP responding now to this new political reality?
Well, Ron, the LDP is in crisis as it comes to terms with its worst results since returning to power in 2012. Voters punished them for the intra-party slush fund scandal that broke late last year and cost Ishiba's predecessor, Fumio Kishida, his job. Now, Ishiba faces instability and a long road to convincing voters the LDP can be trusted. His future is uncertain too, as he failed to meet his conservative election goal of retaining the coalition majority in the 465-seat House of Representatives. As for building majority government out of this result, it's not clear who else is willing to work with the Prime Minister. The Japan Innovation Party has ruled itself out due to the fund scandal, and the Democratic Party of the People, which quadrupled its seat count and was seen as a possible third coalition member, is also saying it won't ally with the coalition.
Okay, Peter, I guess a really big question then for today is what happens if the LDP can't form a majority?
To be honest, that seems to be the most likely outcome right now. The LDP has expressed willingness to form a minority government that makes deals with other parties on a policy-by-policy basis.
Yeah, it sounds like Ishiba's not in an easy spot there. With all that in mind, where does the LDP go from here?
It's not clear how much of Ishiba's policy agenda survives this, something which was already in doubt even before this result. A known party outsider, he was already facing accusations of diluting his brand to maintain party unity, with flagship policies such as an Asian version of NATO kicked into the long grass. Now, with several other parties potentially in the mix, we could see the government have to rethink its plans, including on raising taxes to fund major defence spending. That was aimed at protecting Japan from regional geopolitical threats like North Korea and China.
Right. What about the main opposition, Constitutional Democratic Party of Japan? They've got to be feeling pretty good about the results. Couldn't they just form their own government?
The CDPJ's gains are undeniably significant, and this is their best result since their predecessor, the Democratic Party of Japan, swept power in 2009. But the seat numbers are not in their favour. Even if they tied up with the DPP, effectively reviving the predecessor Democratic Party, it still wouldn't be enough to form a majority government. Policy differences with the Japan Innovation Party would likely preclude further deal-making.
All right, Peter, thanks so much for that. Well, as we look to the coming months, Ishiba's ability to survive will be tested as he balances the demands of smaller parties, internal party discontent, and deepening public distrust ahead of the upper house election in 2025. In this new uncertain political era in Japan, stay with Kyodo News for the latest developments and in-depth coverage of local, regional, and global news. I'm Ron Madison in Tokyo. Thanks so much for watching.